this video, I'm going to share with you something I'm really excited about for van life, and that is the Starlink Mini. I'm going to talk about the cost, the installation, the different power supply options, the speed that we're getting with the Starlink Mini. And make sure you stay till the end of this video because I'm going to share with you a mounting bracket that we found that allows you to move the antenna anywhere that you want and even take it with you when you leave your van. So if you're doing a van conversion yourself, or you're using a professional builder, or you're just looking to upgrade your connectivity on your van or RV, then this video is definitely for you. So the cost of the Starlink Mini is $599 purchasing from Starlink. Now that's a lot more than their normal residential Starlink, which go for anywhere from like $299 to $399. But there are a lot of benefits for mobile users with the Starlink Mini, and I feel like that cost is well worth it. Now there's a couple of different plans that you can choose from with the Starlink Mini. One is what they call their Roam plan, which is $50 a month. What a great deal, $50 a month for internet. Now, the $50 a month plan comes with 50 gigabytes of data usage. So if you're gonna be streaming a lot of video, then you're probably gonna wanna bump up to their unlimited plan. Now, the unlimited plan is quite a bit more at $165 a month. But if you do need to be able to stream video on the road or have, higher usage on your internet, then that's gonna be the one you wanna go with. The nice thing about both of these plans is you can pause them from month to month. So you purchase it in 1 month increments. I can turn it off if I'm not going to be traveling or needing this internet, and then I can turn it back on when I need it. So that's really nice. Also, with the 50 gigabyte plan, if you use more than that, you can actually pay $1 per gigabyte to use more. So if you think that if you're not sure about how much you're going to be using, I would definitely recommend starting with the 50 gigabyte plan. And if you find that you're consistently going over and your total bill is over $165, then definitely upgrade to the unlimited plan. Now the one caveat here is once you upgrade to the $165 unlimited plan, you can't downgrade back to the 50 gigabyte plan. So basically what that means is that if you're using around even 150 gigabytes, it'd be $50 for the first gigabytes and then another 100 gigabytes paying $1 per gigabyte, you're still gonna be under that $165. So you could use up to like 150 gigabytes and still is gonna be cheaper than going with the unlimited plan. So for most mobile users, I think you're gonna be able to get by with that 50 gigabyte plan. And if you're gonna use more than that, then it's probably worth it to you. You must really need internet bad in order to need that much. So if that's your situation, then I think you're gonna find that it's worth it to upgrade to that $165 unlimited plan. Now, I would say that the installation of the Starlink Mini, it could not be easier. I did one of the Starlink in-motion systems about a year ago in a van, and that system requires a larger dish, then it requires a router and a power supply, and it needed to be run off of 120 volts. There were ways to convert it to 12 volt, but it wasn't a simple thing. And so it was a lot more equipment, a lot more wires, power supplies, things like that. With the Mini, there's just one cable that you need to run from your roof down into the van. And if you don't want to mount the dish on your roof, you could even just keep it inside of your van and then just put it out when you need to use it. So you don't even have to put a hole through the roof, which makes it really a great option if you've already built out your van and maybe your ceiling and walls are all in and you don't want to have to run wires through. You can just keep it inside the van and put it out when you need it. So I'm going to take you up on top of the van now and show you how we install this and how we run the wires down into the van. So here is the Mini. You can see it's a really small dish, which I absolutely love. This is the roof gland that we use, and so what we love about the roof gland is that you can put multiple cables, really as many as you need. It mounts on the roof, and then there's this rubber piece in the middle called a bung, and you drill holes through that for whatever wires you need. You run them through, and then when you screw this top piece down, it compresses that bung and makes it watertight. So it's a really nice clean way to run multiple cables. You can see here we've got our cables for our solar, wiring here for lighting that's on our roof rack. We've got the wiring for our Girard awning, and then we've also got the wire. This is the wire for the Starlink antenna. Now, I want to show you this mounting option that we found, and it is really awesome. It's magnetic, and you can see here, it's got super strong, I think these magnets are like 150 pounds each, and there's 4 of them, and they just mount to the roof. And what's nice about these is you can just pop this off if you want to. You can see, and then when I bring it back up, you just put it back down, and that thing's not going anywhere. It's rock solid. Now, let's just say that you're gonna go out hiking or something and you wanna be able to take this antenna with you. All you've gotta do is pop it off the roof, unplug the power cable, and now I can take this with me on the road.
Hey guys, do you enjoy the outdoors but planning meals has got you down? Whether it's space, weight, refrigeration, or prep, healthy, quick, and easy, delicious meals can be a real challenge. More and more people are turning to Thrive Life freeze-dried meals because they're lightweight, need no refrigeration, have no preservatives, and taste amazing. Just add hot water and you've got a meal in less than 10 minutes. With breakfast, lunch, and dinner options, Thrive has got you covered. Check out the link in description for more info.
Now, this is the box that the Starlink Mini comes in, and what it comes with is the dish or antenna, and then a cable, and then a power supply to plug this into an AC outlet. So one end of the cable plugs into the back of the dish, one plugs into this power supply, and you plug it in. Now, we are not using this cable because I like to run things off of 120 volt if possible, because that way you don't have to have your inverter on in order to run it, which uses a lot less power. Now, there are a couple other options besides the 120 volt. One is that you can run it off of a USB cable. So just USB-C on one end, and it would have the Starlink plug that plugs into the dish on the other end, and you can get those cables in various lengths. The challenge with those is that you need a 100-watt USB port in order to power this. It will not run on anything less than 65 watts, and Starlink says that the requirement is 100 watts. So I actually was not able to find any USB ports that we could put in the van that would run 100 watts. There are some power bricks that have 100 watt, and you can use those. But as far as just having a port in a van, there's not any really good options for that. And so what we decided to do is go with a cigarette adapter. There are lots of different cables available on Amazon to run the Starlink, both the USB-C as well as the cigarette port. So the cigarette one has the Starlink plug on one end, and then it has a cigarette lighter plug on the other end that you just plug into a cigarette lighter. Now, that's the option we went with because that cigarette lighter port is going to provide enough power to run the Starlink Mini. So this is the other end of the cable that comes in from the roof. So the other end, like I said, has the Starlink plug, and then just a cigarette plug on this end. We've run it down, and then we'll just put a socket in the van that we can just plug this into, and we'll also have it wired to a switch so we can shut it on and off if we want to. Now, all of the different items that I'm talking about here, the different cables and the mounting bracket, we've got links to all those things. What we've done is we've created a Google Doc that you can access. In that Google Doc, we have all of the different products, over 200 products that we use in our van builds that we've tested and have used and know that we can trust. And the reason we've done this in a Google Doc is this is a living document that we can update and modify as things change. So there's a link in the description down below. If you're doing your own van conversion or upgrade, then definitely go ahead and check out that Google Doc. Now, as far as speed goes, we've tested this just here at our shop, and we're getting anywhere from like 100 to 175 megabits per second, which is awesome. It's better than what I have at my house. It's plenty for any type of streaming, uploading, downloading, things like that. Now, you do have to have a clear view of the sky in order to get the service. So if you're ever in a spot where you maybe have to park under trees or something like that, one nice thing about the mounting bracket is you can take that dish off and you can move it away from your vehicle if you need to get a clear view of the sky. I love that about the Mini, that you can just take it and move it wherever you need to. Now, another great thing about the Starlink Mini is it does work in motion. They say up to 100 miles an hour. So even for me, who drives kind of fast, I'm going to be covered. So this means that wherever you go, as you're driving down the road, you're going to be able to have internet access. I know a lot of places that we've traveled in remote areas, in national parks and things like that, we haven't had any cellular service at all. And so having the Starlink Mini, you're going to be able to get service pretty much anywhere you are in North America. Now, I mentioned this mounting bracket that we absolutely love. This bracket is under $100. It makes the dish totally portable, and we have a link to this bracket in our Google Doc. You take this end piece off of the bracket, and then you slide the dish on, and then you put this end piece back on, screw it in, and then that locks the dish right into the bracket. Holds it totally secure. It's stainless steel, fits the dish perfectly, and then these magnetic mounting brackets are awesome. So if you need to, you can just pop the dish right off of the roof, move it out away from the vehicle, or if you're going to be taking a hike or bike or anything like that and you want to take it with you in your backpack, you can do that. Now, you are going to need a way to power it, but there are power bricks out there available that will provide the 100 watts that this requires. So all you need is a USB-C cable that's capable of providing 100 watts and some kind of power supply to take with you, and then you're going to be able to use this on the road. Now, in this channel, we talk about van conversion, DIY tips and tricks, product reviews, and van life in general. So if you'd like to see more videos, then you can click or tap the screen. And please consider subscribing and be sure to smash that like button. And we'll see you in the next video. Jeff with Thrive Vans, thrive on. See ya.